All right, let's dive into a seriously powerful and, yeah, completely free AI tool from Google. It's built to help you tame all that information you're collecting and actually, use it. We are talking about Notebook LM.
Okay, be honest. Does this sound familiar? You've got like 100 tabs open, a dozen YouTube videos saved for later, notes everywhere, and when you need that one piece of info, it's gone. So you turn to a chatbot for a quick answer, and it just confidently makes something up. It's so frustrating.
We're basically stuck between a rock and a hard place. We are drowning in information, and the very tools that are supposed to help us sort through it all, well, they often just invent facts out of thin air. It's a huge problem. But what if there was a totally different way for an AI to work?
Well, that's where grounded AI comes in. See, a general AI, it's just roaming the entire internet, which is why it can hallucinate. But the AI in Notebook LM is different. It is grounded, meaning it only uses the documents you give it. That's it. This means the hallucination rate is incredibly low, because for every single answer, it points you right back to the source with a little citation you can click on.
So this whole grounded approach is really the secret sauce. It's what makes Notebook LM so reliable and so powerful. This isn't just another chatbot. It's more like your personal research assistant. So let's pop the hood and see how it actually works.
The tech behind it is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG for short. Now that sounds complicated, but the idea is actually super simple. Instead of trying to read all your documents at once, it first retrieves or finds the most relevant little chunks of information related to your question. Then, and only then, does it use those facts to generate an answer. It finds the facts first, then it talks.
And the amount of information this thing can handle, it's kind of mind-blowing. You can upload up to 50 different sources into a single notebook, and each one of those sources can be up to 500,000 words long. You do the math. That's a knowledge base of 25 million words.
So what does 25 million words actually look like? Well, to put it in perspective, that's like taking the entire 7-book Harry Potter series and loading it in 23 times. That is a massive, massive amount of space for you to build a super deep knowledge base on pretty much anything you can think of.
So you've got this incredible tool. What do you actually do with it? Well, it's amazing for work, for sure, but it's an absolute game changer for students or anyone trying to learn something new. It really shifts you from just passively reading a wall of text to actively understanding it.
And the whole learning process is just so smooth. You start by uploading your sources, PDFs from class, articles, even transcripts from YouTube videos or your own audio notes. Instantly, you can get summaries and key takeaways. From there, with literally one click, you can generate a full study guide. And finally, you can actually test yourself with flashcards and quizzes to make sure that knowledge is locked in.
But look, this is way more than just getting a quick summary, right? The real goal is to turn that static information into a dynamic learning tool. So how does it actually help you turn all that reading into real, solid knowing?
It gives you a whole toolkit. It can automatically generate those detailed study guides with key terms and practice essay questions. It can create interactive quizzes for you. It can build briefing docs, FAQs, and get this, even visual mind maps to help you see how all the ideas connect. It basically turns your pile of documents into an active study partner. Okay, and this is where things get really, really cool. Notebook LM isn't just for learning and understanding. It can become your own personal content factory. For anyone who makes things, videos, podcasts, articles, this is where the magic happens. You can go from research to creation in just minutes. One of the most amazing features is called Audio Overview. You just give it your sources, maybe a script or some research notes, and it generates a podcast-style conversation between two AI hosts. It sounds incredibly natural, with them analyzing and discussing your material, all based entirely on the documents you provided. And making this stuff couldn't be easier, seriously. You give it your sources, you pick a format, that audio overview, a video script, an infographic, even a whole slide deck. Then you give it a little guidance on the tone and focus you're going for, and boom! In a few minutes, you've got a finished product ready to go.
Just think about the time you save. I mean, something that would normally take you hours and hours of tedious work, like scripting a video or designing an infographic from scratch, can now be done in like 15 minutes. It completely transforms your workflow.
Now, for those of you who really want to take things to the next level, there are some pro-level workflows that give you just an incredible amount of control over your research and what the AI gives you back. Let's break down how the pros are using this.
So, it starts with deep research. This feature actually goes out and finds up to 50 relevant articles for you. Next, you need to validate them.
So you just ask the AI to make a table showing who published what and when so you can check for quality. Then, you can set a custom role for the AI, telling it to act like a skeptical research analyst, which shapes every single response. And finally, the real power move, you use the checkboxes to filter your sources with surgical precision. And this filtering is where you get that surgical control. You can uncheck everything except for one single document and ask it questions, or maybe just a few specific sources. It's like having an entire library at your fingertips, but with the ability to instantly turn it into the one single perfect book you need to answer your exact question.
So when you put all of this together, the grounded AI, the massive capacity, the learning tools, and the content creation, Notebook LM stops being just another app. It really becomes your own personal knowledge engine, ready for you to customize for pretty much anything you can dream up. I mean, think about it. You can turn it into your personal coach by feeding it your journal entries. It can be your on-demand podcast creator. Upload your company's documents, and it's a business analyst ready to train new hires. It can be your creative partner, your searchable project archive, your 24/7 study buddy. The list just goes on and on. So, I guess that leaves us with just one question. With a tool this powerful, one that you can shape and mold to your exact needs for learning, creating, and understanding, what will you build with your personal AI?